So we have posted some videos on the development of the new syllabus, and we have got a couple of questions from you guys asking various questions about the commencement of the syllabus, the scope of the examination, various things, and really whether you can use your previous books or you have to buy some new books. And so we are going to be addressing some of these questions in this video to help you to make the best decision so that you can really put yourself in the position to prepare well for the examination and most importantly pass the exam. So the first question I have here is, Nhyira, when is the new syllabus starting? Now you have to understand that the first examination under the new syllabus is going to be November 2024. So as a matter of fact, tuition is actually commencing from 5th of August 2024 for the November 2024 examination. And so you can register on our website or in the Nhyira Premium mobile application to start studying from now before our live lectures to be able to prepare for the examination. So November 2024 will be the first examination date for the new syllabus, which is going to be running from 2024 to 2029. So when is the new syllabus starting? It has started already, if I can say that, and the first examination is going to be in November 2024. Another question that I have here is, Nhyira, what is really changing in the new syllabus? Now, there are a couple of things that I would want to share with you here when it comes to what is really changing under the new syllabus. The first thing is that some subjects are getting significant boost or significant changes when it comes to the way it was in the previous syllabus as compared to the current syllabus. Another thing that you need to understand is the introduction of computer-based examination, which will be commencing from 2025. Now, the goal of the ICAG is to gradually phase itself into computer-based examination, and this will be starting from level 1 and will be phased out through the levels up to the level 3 at some time in the future. The reason is because IT technology has become crucial, and so it is important this is integrated throughout everything that the ICAG is doing. And it is for this reason why our tuition center, as a forward-looking, innovative tuition provider, we've already integrated an industry-leading computer-based examination platform right on our study portal. What it means is that now you enroll, you study under my mentorship, you join our community, join our live lectures, get access to the recorded videos and everything, but also you will be able to get access to an industry-leading computer-based examination platform where you can practice your skills. So we have questions that are multiple choice questions as well as written questions where you're going to be typing your response into the system, and later on that is going to be obtained, marked, and then uploaded for you to see what you did and what you're supposed to do. So really, this is something that is coming in from 2025, but we have already integrated this into our system because that is what we need to understand. And the goal of the ICAG as well is to ensure that students are not just equipped with the knowledge of how things are supposed to be, how financial statements are supposed to be prepared, how various decisions are to be made, but also to be equipped with how they can interact with data, they can interact with computer and use some basic functionalities to enable them to present their responses in a manner that will be acceptable. Another thing that you must understand also is that almost every subject is going to be having something about public sector, technology, sustainability, and professional skepticism. Now, one thing you must understand is that these are the themes of the new syllabus. And so under each subject, there will be something about technology. There will be something about public sector. There will be something about sustainability. There will be something about professional skepticism, because these are critical issues that we have to understand. Then the fourth thing that you need to understand is the expansion of discussion to other industries. Now, previously, focus had been on really manufacturing companies, and also when it comes to the level 3 in advanced taxation, concentration had been on, aside the manufacturing companies, we are looking at petroleum and minerals. But then now there are issues in respect of insurance companies, companies operating in the financial sector, that is banking institutions as well. And so there is a little expansion from the traditional financial issues in respect of manufacturing companies to banking to insurance and other industries to help students to know how they can apply what they are learning across all industries. And so that is also something that you need to understand. So what is really changing? Yes, some subjects are getting significant changes, and we are also seeing the 5 themes spreading across the entire subject in the syllabus. We are seeing that the ICA is now going to be introducing computer-based examination from 2025, and this will phase out from level 1 up to the final level. And most importantly, we are seeing an expansion of industry from a traditional manufacturing industry to other industries to help students to really apply what they are learning across all of the key sectors, or if you want, industries in the economy here in Ghana. The next question I have here is, Nhyira, can I rely on my previous notes or use my previous books, or I need to get a new one? Now, it depends on the subject that you are writing generally for me to be able to answer this. But what I want to do is to let you understand each subject, what is really coming new and what you have to pay attention to. So if we take a subject like public sector accounting and finance, topics like public-private partnership arrangement and public procurement, which is typically the question 4, is no longer in the syllabus. These have been removed, taken to financial management. And so public-private partnership and public procurement no longer in the syllabus. And so what then we may see, and we will receive a mock trial from the ICA later on to let us understand the structure of the questions coming in the exam hall. But what we are going to be seeing is that, yes, question 1 may still have our general purpose conceptual framework issues, measurement basis, qualitative characteristics of financial statements, and those things. Question 2 will still have preparation of financial statements for covered entities, the central government, and all that. Question 3 will still have evaluation of financial statements and assessment of the public financial management system of the government using the PFA framework, that is the public expenditure and financial accountability framework. So that is also there. Now, the question 4, which was previously the public-private partnership arrangement and public procurement, are no longer there. Hence, the examiner may replace that with the IPSAS, because now you are going to be having dedicated questions on the international public sector accounting standards in the exam hall. So yes, the question 4 may be 20-mark question relating to some of the IPSAS issues. And so that is why now in public sector, the IPSAS are going to be very crucial, and you have to understand them just like how you need to understand the accounting standards in financial reporting. Then our question 5 may still have the no man's land area, where other issues in the syllabus like budgeting, like issues in respect of the role of key public officers, the regulatory framework of public sector organizations, and various other issues in the syllabus. So really, public sector, the significant boost that is coming here is going to be the IPSAS that we are going to be seeing in the exam hall, 20-mark question on the IPSAS, and also the elimination of public-private partnership arrangements and public procurement. And so if you're writing public sector accounting and finance, then this is what you need to know about in respect of the changes coming in. And so based on this, can you rely on your previous books or previous notes or previous understanding to still walk into the exam hall and write the exam to pass? Not really. You will be like 70%-ish complete, because now you need to understand the IPSAS very well and how they connect to the preparation of the financial statement. And so you'll be 70%-ish okay, but that 30% add-on, you will need it, and that may be crucial for you to be able to really pass the public sector accounting and finance examination. So this is what you must understand about public sector and the change that is coming in when it comes to public sector accounting and finance.